Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today I'm going to mount my garage heater on the ceiling. Yesterday I did the natural gas to propane conversion. I still need to test this, but I can't do that until the propane's hooked up. And I can't get the propane hooked up until I get this mounted on the ceiling. So that's what we're going to get done today. First thing I need to do is install these side brackets, or top brackets. Got two of them. Then, using my story pole and my drawings from when I did all that, I need to get some 15.5 to 16-inch drop brackets. It all depends on where the holes line up. For those, I got to get some lines drawn on them, run them across the street to the machine shed where I got a vise, and cut them with the angle grinder. Then I need to figure out the exact location of the flue according to the brackets. What I think I'll do is measure over from the center of this ridge here over to the bracket, and then I can transfer all that over to the wall over there, get a plumb line down, and then move over to the thimble right there, get all my dimensions, and that should tell me where to put the brackets. I want to get it right the first time because I'm going to need to roll over the scaffolding and put something on top of the scaffolding and lift the furnace onto the scaffolding, then on top of something else, and then crib it up into place so I can get some bolts in it. It's not going to be easy, and I definitely don't want to drop the damn furnace, so I want to get it right the first time. All right, let's measure on these and see where the brackets are going to go. If they're going to go to 15.5 or 16, then get them cut and get going on this install. Okay, I got this figured out. If I have the full amount of meat right here, you can see my line right there, and the full amount of meat on this side, this distance from here to here is 16 1/16. I'll go the little bit oversize. What that's going to do is increase this distance a little bit. This is the level line. And if the furnace is a little bit lower than the flue line, that's just going to make the bevel on the flue a little bit greater. And that's a good thing. The angle on the flue is what causes the condensate to come back towards the furnace. And then we have a drain right here. This will be right on the back of the furnace. So the condensate will come back towards the furnace. It gets trapped in like a little layer right there. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. Right here. It'll run into that and then run out that hole right there. So this goes on like that. So 16 1/16 it is. Oh, and also, like the way this is right now, I can't even get a bolt through there. You can see that it overlaps, but when it's cut that way, that is perfect. And it has an oblong hole right there and on the other side. That'll allow me to adjust it a little bit if needed, but I don't think I'm going to need to. All right, let me mark the rest of these and we'll go get them cut. All right, I got my drop legs cut, and I had to run back there and cut these 5 shims. I cut it from that bracket stock there, and it actually took longer to cut these than it did to cut these. All right, so the first thing to do is get up there and take those washers out and get these shims in. Then I can figure out how far away from the wall I need to be and start installing the drop legs. All right, I found something interesting up here. I have 2 washers right there, and they're jammed in there really tight. I'm gonna have to tap that one out and then redo it. It looks like I might not need these washers at all. Geez, wasted a bunch of time. All right, let me tap that out of there, retighten this, and see how it looks. Well, what do you know? After taking that washer out and tightening things up a bit, everything straightened out pretty good. I have a little bit of a wrinkle down towards the end, but I'm going to take that out with a vice grip, so that's all good. Now I need to measure out from the face of the girt there out to one of the holes, and I want to go about 4 feet or a little more, and then mark one of the holes. Then I can get 2 drop legs in on those holes. Then I'll figure out the front to back and get the drop legs on that. Then we can start raising this thing up into place. Okay, that was pretty easy. Now, like I said, I just gotta go follow this rib over and then go down and then figure out the distance over to the flue. The flue is marked. Yeah, you can see the line right there. It's marked on that outside girt. So all I need to do is transfer a line back to that outside girt, get that measurement. Then I can figure out where this bracket hits on the furnace itself and mark that hole. When I get it up here, if I go through that hole, I should have the flue dead lined up. One thing to note is that these brackets that come with the furnace, they're not the same size. You can see that this one comes all the way to the end, and this one is a good deal in, and it's the same way on the other side. These are cut the exact same size, and it's just a hair bigger than that bracket is. I believe I cut these to the same size as the unit itself. But anyways, in order to get these brackets on there correct, they have to be indexed off the furnace itself. So I'm just going to take a straight edge and get the bracket right up to it, and then bolt it in place, and then do the same thing on this side. And you can see how much is hanging off. All right, I have this side bolted down. Let me show you under here. I have a washer on this side just for more strength, but you can see that these have real nice big slots. So once I get it up there and into place, I can loosen all this stuff up, and this whole thing will slide a good deal either way. So I have plenty of adjustment side to side. Okay, the furnace is ready. Got these snugged down. If you didn't watch the propane conversion video, this is open because I did a propane conversion, changed out the jets on the manifold here, and the adjustment screw parts back here. I need to leave this open until I get this tested. I'm going to put a manometer on both of these ports here and check the gas pressure. But I can't do that until it has gas to it, so I have to get it hooked up. Also, the propane company won't turn on the gas until this is installed and the gas is connected to it. So let's get that dimension real quick. See if I got a tape. Yes, I do. So we need the dimension from the center of the rib over, and it's 7/8 of an inch. So I got to go over there, measure over 7/8, get a plumb line down, get a straight edge going back to the wall there, and then get that dimension. Sounds complicated, but it's not. All right, here is my tick mark that is 7/8 of an inch from the center of this rib. Then I got a plumb line with a level down to here. Then I took my combination square and went back to the outer girt right here. Got a tick mark there. And then the distance from here to here is 3 5/8. So from the bracket, this represents the bracket right here, to the center line of the flue is 3 5/8. All right, back to the furnace here. We have 21.5 inches between the brackets there. These brackets are 25.5 inches, so 2 inches in is where those brackets will go. Then we have the 3 5/8 of an inch that the flue is in. So from this side, 5 5/8 of an inch in is where the flue is. All right. Unfortunately, 2 inches comes to right about here somewhere, but like I said, there's plenty of play in this. So we're going to go with this hole here. The bracket will go just like that. It's going to actually fit though. So we'll have the bracket there. Once this is all bolted in place, once these bolts are in, we'll measure from the bracket over that 3 5/8 of an inch and then loosen up these bolts and shift the whole thing. Oh, it's probably just 1/4 of an inch, but that'll get the flue dead on with the thimble in the wall there. Now, I need to clean this off a little bit. I was going to use a step stool and just carry the furnace, go up the step stool and set it onto the top there. But I could probably use the ladder. I don't know. The problem is, though, with the ladder, if you're standing on it level, there's not much room in front of you. So I would have to go backwards. That's not good. All right, I'm gonna have to find that step stool. First idea is always the best idea. All right, this isn't a lot better, but at least I'm not going to be hitting it as I go up, but I'm not going to have a lot of balance. All right, this is the top of the step stool. Got plenty of balance once I'm up this high, but going up the steps is kind of hard. All right, well, let's give it a shot. All right, the hard part is done. Now I just need to get the furnace cribbed up just below the drop legs there so that I can wedge it up and get a nut in there. I measured 37 inches from the bottom of the drop leg to here, I believe. I think that's what it was. And I gathered together a couple things to crib that up, and this is what I came up with. This is our utility sink that's going to go over there at some point. Some short horses and some concrete blocks. What I got to do is move this over into an area where I can stand up, like right here, get that stuff up there. Well, I'll move the furnace to this side, get that stuff up there on the other side. Then I'll get up there, lift the furnace onto the cribbing, and then we'll slowly roll that under this stuff and tip it up and get a bolt in place, and then tip the other edges up and get those bolted in as well. Sounds easy. All right, we'll start by moving this, and oh, I got this all locked. I'll get back with you once we have the cribbing set up here. All right, the cribbing is in place. I just took a little chunk of wood and threw a couple screws through the faucet holes on this to keep it steady. I don't want this thing falling off while I'm trying to put the furnace on it. It is pretty damn steady, but I don't have a lot of room back there. Yeah, maybe I can... Yike. I'll have to push the furnace forward a bit. I'll be standing right on the edge back there. All right, we'll figure something out. All right, let's get the furnace on top of here, and then we'll roll it under this, and then I'll put them boards under there to crib it up a little higher. I can put as many boards in there as I need, but I believe I'll only need one set of 2x4s under there, and then I should be able to just lift it or wedge it up and get a bolt through one of the holes right away. I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's lift that furnace again. Yeah, this is pretty wobbly up here. Okay, looks real close. This is going to be pretty hairy. Nope. A little bit to the right. Okay, I have it all cribbed out. Now I just got to move this underneath the drop legs. I got to be really careful that I don't scrape the furnace off with the drop legs, but according to my measurement, it should be 2 or 3 inches below that, so I should be fine, but we'll just be careful. Just great. For some reason, this wheel right here is not turning. I'm kind of dragging it, and that's making everything up there shake, and this thing could just fall right off of there. I don't know what the hell is wrong with this thing. Oh, there it is. That's one of the heads from the screws that I used to put the ceiling on. A bunch of them snapped off. You see no, that's one of the washers. All right, let me tap that out of there and I'll show you what it looks like, but hopefully once that's out, this will roll freely again. Damn, it's way back there. I have to get something else. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot farther down than I thought. Yike. I can put the cribbing on edge, but it'll just be way too floppy that way. It's already precarious enough. Yeah, I have to get that hole right there. Let me see what the dimension on that is. Yeah, you can see how much this thing is wiggling. Yeah, I'm about 4 inches away. 4 inches on each side. And both the cribbing would come to 3 inches. So, yeah, I guess I can lift it that last inch and get a bolt in there real quick. I brought these longer ones up just to get it locked into place. But it's going to be really hard getting 2 pieces of cribbing under here. Holy moly. All right, well, I'm going to have to try. Maybe if I just get one through on edge, probably be easier on this side. Get one of my screws ready. Okay, I started with that front corner. I had stuff in the way on pretty much every one. The nut and bolt holding this bracket that goes onto the heater was in the way, so I had to move those out of the way. So let me show you what we got. I have that one, and this one torqued down. I still have to do that one, but before I move the ladder, I'll show you this. From the outside of the bracket to right here is 3 5/8. That's the 3 5/8 from there. All right, if we get this right on it, it is right in the middle of the flue. So we're dead on. I'll have to come and run my flue pipe through the hole, but that shouldn't be too hard. Right now, I just have to get the propane hooked up. I have the whole assembly over there. I just got to connect it to this union here and to here. That way they can come and test this, and I can finish up on this, which would be testing the pressure through the side over here. All right, let's get that last bolt tightened up and then hook up the propane. All right, if I did this correctly, my gas line should come right in line with the inlet here, or close to it. I used all standard nipples, so yeah, that's almost dead there. All right. This is going to be pretty easy, the hookup here. So I want it to go about like that, and then this hose is going to curl around and connect to the furnace. All right, I got her hooked up, and this came out almost dead level, or it probably is dead level, with the inlet for the furnace, so that worked out really well. Okay, everything's all tightened up. We got the gas on. I'm going to turn the gas on at the main over there. We got to call the propane company tonight and have them come and turn the propane on and test it for leaks. And while they're doing that, I'll come out here and test all this stuff for leaks and test anything I did in there for leaks. And if there's no leaks, then I can proceed with the pressure test with the manometer, and that'll be in a different video. So if you want to see all that, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.